As it is written, the kingdom is within us. Come together and discuss the issues within the kingdom. Speak your peace. Speak the truth. For the kingdom is at hand. Kingdom Conversations.
Peace and blessings, peace and blessings, peace and blessings to the whole house, the northern and the southern kingdom, the true Jews. Do we got an echo?
I don't hear one.
Nah, I don't hear it.
Okay, I'm hearing something playing in my head and it's a little bit slow, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take these headers off and I'm gonna put them to the side for a minute. What's good, fam? What's good to the northern and the southern kingdom? What's good with the true Jews, the people of the book? Put a 1 in the chat if you know that you're a person of this book and you believe the book, right? You see the people on the screen, the beloved that was slain by that wicked beast entity, that entity that slain our family members. So we gonna, before we do anything, we lift up the Father. Father, we lift you up. And we thank you for the Ruach, and we thank you for sending first fruits. But we're going to talk about our people for a second. We had the show already set up and established today, but we had to say something about our slain that crossed over because we had a wicked entity that came and did some evil and wicked barbaric acts to them. And you guys know that we talk about all the time that we should be on the lookout for the heathen and that we shouldn't trust them. Not to say that these family members were at fault or anything like that, but this just goes to show that we need to be careful of how we move in this time. So I'm going to say to the family, peace and blessings to you. To the brothers on the panel, peace and blessings to you. I'm going to name all the family members. Our Father, you bless their family and keep their family in whatever mechanism and whatever way you see fit, because right now the family is hurt and I don't even have any real words, but just bear up the family's burdens and bear them up and strengthen them as best as they can be strengthened during this hour. The family of Catherine Massey, somebody grandmama, somebody auntie, somebody mama, somebody uncle, somebody cousin, somebody sister, somebody nephew, somebody niece, somebody grandma, great grandmama just crossed over because of wicked entity. So Father, we ask that not only do you bear up the family and strengthen the family, but Father, we also ask Psalms 109 over this wicked nation, the man's family who slayed our 10 family members. May 20 of his family members be slain as well. Eye for an eye. Yes, sir. Father, slay 20 of his family members. Sisters, aunts, uncles, all of that. Catherine Massey, peace and blessings to her family. Hayward Patterson, lift up his family and bear up his family. Pearl Young. Look at the ages of our individuals. Nobody under 52 on it. The 132-year-old. Pearl Young. Celestine Cheney, Andre McNeil, Roberta Drury, 32, Ruth Whitfield, 86, got 86, 72, 67, 77, Aaron Salter, 55, Margaret Morrison, Father, I also ask that you protect Israel, and I'm praying for our nation right now, the nation that's coming together like dry bones. Praying for our people. So now I'm gonna go ahead and salute the brothers that's in the that's on the panel. Salute to you, brothers. We start from the top and work down. But before I introduce the brothers, I do want to introduce tonight's guest. This is Brother Tony Spain, and the brother has his own website. We're going to be interviewing him, and we're really going to be focusing on him for the most part. But I did want to make that public service announcement with the family. Family, I'm going to introduce you to Tony Spain, but before we jump into that, I'm going to bring on the panel. Brothers, start from the top down. Brother Banya, greet the family.
Shalom and blessings, family. First and foremost, all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High and His Son Mashiach. I also wanted to say amen to that prayer. But shalom and blessing to everybody in the room. It's always a pleasure for me to be fellowshipping with the brothers and sisters. Welcome to Brother Tone Spain. Been a long time coming. Can't wait to see this brother on the platform and share. I know he got a lot of jewels he's gonna drop. So hold on to your chairs, hold on to your hats. This brother got some great information. Pull out your pens and paper if you want to take some notes. But I welcome the brother to the platform, and I thank him for coming on and sharing with us.
Thank you.
Brother Hal, go ahead, greet the fam.
Hey, Brother Cleo, much love to the house of Israel, the people of the book, and the apple of the Most High Yah's eye. We lift up the families of those slain today. We pray for them. Thank you for that prayer, Brother Cleo. Shalom and blessings to all my brothers on the panel. Shalom and blessings. Tone Spain, shalom and blessings. Welcome. Let's get it rolling.
Let's see, we got Brother Yash. Go ahead, speak your piece, Brother Yash.
Yeah, shalom, everybody. Shalom to the everyone on the panel. Brother Banya, Brother E, Brother Hal, of course, you, Clee, and our brother Kadar, who's not in there, and special greetings to Brother Tone Spain. I've been looking at some of his work, and it's great to see him here. I want to say shalom to all the family in the chat. Greetings to you all. I'm glad to see everybody in here. They've been having me running lately, but hey, Brother Cleo, I had time to come and stop by and just jump on in. And also, I want to say a special prayer for all the families whose members been taken out by the enemy. It's sad to know that he went after the elders in the group. You know what I mean? But may the Most High's will be done. May the Most High have his way. We know that the scriptures say vengeance is mine, vengeance belonging to the Most High. He says, he promises us that he will repay. Now, he's not talking about this petty going on that, back in Christianity days, we were talking about, oh, well, God don't like ugly. No. He's opened up our eyes to see the truth, and he's promised us that he will repay. Blessings to all.
Yes, sir. Brother E, what say you, brother? Shalom to you.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? All my brothers and sisters, all my kinsmen, according to the flesh, or Israelites. I want to say all praises, honor, and glory to our Heavenly Father. All praises, honor, and glory to his Son and to his Holy Spirit. Shalom to the brother Tone Spain. Welcome to the platform, and shalom to all you brothers.
And last but certainly not least, I want to introduce our guest, Tone Spain. There's his website up there. I'm going to drop his website in the chat, fam. You guys go and support this brother. Make sure that you guys like, share, subscribe on his channel, and definitely listen to his music because he got a nice flow about him, and we're going to get into that a little bit later. Tone, go ahead and introduce yourself to the family, bro.
Shalom and blessings. Appreciate y'all having me on. Shalom and blessings to the brothers on the panel. Shalom and blessings to everybody in the chat. And yeah, man, it's a blessing to be on here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So now we're going to do like what we normally do. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen for a minute. We get back to all of that Tone Spain stuff and all that, what he bringing to the table. But what I'm going to do right now is do what we normally do. I'm going to do a rundown on the family and greet the family that's here. Peace and blessings to all, the whole family, the whole house. Are y'all really sure y'all the Northern Kingdom and Southern Kingdom dispersed, the true people of the book? I don't know. The European think that they the people of the book. They say that they the people of the book and y'all not the people of the book, and they scared of y'all. So I'm going to go ahead and greet the family. I'm going to stop playing, greet the family. Peace and blessings, Daniel Blackshear. Peace and blessings to you, brother. Good to see you. Peace and blessings to Jason Philip McCauley. Shalom, brother. Habakkuk 1:1-2. 1. The burden which Habakkuk the prophet did see. 2. O Elohim, how long shall I cry and thou wilt not hear? Even cry out unto thee of violence and thou wilt not save. Father, come down and save Israel. Please come down and save us. We want to be up out of here. We know this ain't our peace. Father, get us up out of here. Rise us up out of here now. We in second. We into what he said it was today. SE2. We in SE2 time frame right now. So after you finish beating the hell out of these nations, get us up out of here. Jason Philip McCauley, we greeted you, brother. Peace and blessings. Mr. Original School, greetings to you, brother. And hey, brother, you got our email. You requested something earlier today, and I'm not going to get into the specifics. You sent us an email, and we'll get that information out to you. You know what I'm talking about, right? Without getting into any detail. So peace and blessings to you, brother. Son of Jacob, shalom. Peace and blessings to you. Hope you are well. Hope the Father's been keeping you. Cindy Clark, shalom. Peace and blessings, sis. Hope all is well with you. Hope the Father's been keeping you and blessing you. And hope the Father's been keeping and blessing everybody on here. Everybody that's in the chat. Everybody that's watching live stream. The hidden watchers. The haters. The friends and the foes. Peace and blessings. Jabroni. Hey, bro. How you doing? Peace and blessings to you. Brother Jason Camfor. Shalom, brother. Peace and blessings. Hope you are well. Ellen L. Israel, shalom family, peace and blessings to you. Hope all is well with you. Sister Amaya Yakida, shalom sis, peace and blessings to you. Maria Yakida, shalom. And I must say, I'm going to say something about Maria Yakida. The sister's got a bomb site. Sis, if you want to drop your link to your site, it's really, really good for praise and worship. I was on there, I believe, yesterday. And what I was saying, sis, was that all of us corporately, and what I mean, not presentation, all of us corporately should get together, no matter what channel we own, and we should say, okay, this time all of us, we going to be praying for whatever we praying for. Because here's the thing, the power of books say, y'all go get that precept where it say, the prayer of the righteous, what? Availeth what? The prayer of the righteous availeth much. That's what the book say. I'm not bringing you nothing from that's not in the book. Now, we all need to be come together. But the sister site, the sister bomb with that praise and worship, man. And that's something that's needed. We need the Israelite music for sure. The Israelite music cannot be compared to no other music on the earth. I don't care who putting it out. Can't nobody do it like Israelites. So I'm going to keep it moving. Let's see. Healing Heritage Talk with Woman of Yah. Shalom, sis. Peace and blessings. Hey, look at who we got on time. Isaiah, all praise to the Most High. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you on time. But it's good to see you anytime we see you, bro. Sarita Hebrew, peace and blessings, sis. Hope all is well. Now, let me see. Ayana Coleman, peace and blessings to you, sis. Hope you are well. D, I think we got you already. Seek but you can't hide. Shalom, shalom. Shibriya, peace and blessings, sis. Hope the Father's keeping you and that the children are treating you well. Let's see here. Let's see if we got anybody new. We got a lot of ones in the house. AEP, shalom and blessings. I see you. Let's see here. Anybody else we got? Michelle Y, peace and blessings to you, sis. Let's see, Smitty, brother Smitty. Hey, brother, how you doing? Hope the good ship working for somebody else is doing well, and I know ultimately you're going to be on the good ship, Smitty. And hopefully you bring some of us with you. TC Rowland, all the way from the Philippines. Peace and blessings, brother. And also greetings to the folks in the UK, the folks in Ghana, the folks in South Africa, the folks in Peru, the folks in Canada, and the folks in Switzerland that chime in and listen to Kingdom Conversation and the Salt of the Earth Productions team as a whole. Kiyah, daughter of Zion, peace and blessings to you. Brother Hal, shalom, shalom, Hal, peace and blessings. Let me see here. Did we catch everybody? I think we got everybody. Nope, Benayah, hey, brother. Hey, Benayah Israel, peace and blessings. And my good man, Josiah Ben Yehuda, peace and blessings to you. Hopefully, I got everybody. Let's see. Hold on a second. I don't want to miss anybody. So, Yazeya Yisrael, peace and blessings to you. Let's see here. Hassa, let's see. Hadassah, Yah Yisrael, peace and blessings to you. What I'm doing is I'm going back up from the bottom down. Let's see. Amir Yisrael, shalom, fam, peace and blessings to you. Hope you are well. Hopefully I got everybody, and if I didn't catch you, please forgive me. You could charge it to my head and not my heart so much, right? Because you know, if nothing else, you know that your brother C loves his family Israel. So today's show is about it's kind of like we're gonna use Brother Tony, not use him, but we're bringing the brother Tony Spain on, and one of the reasons why we're bringing him on is to feature his music, that first and foremost, but then too to listen to his story and to listen to him and see how his thoughts and his mindset and pattern line up with what today's show is. And today's show being that, you know, can you do these fantastic exploits or do anything for that matter while you're in captivity? Not only in captivity, but can you basically dream big and execute those dreams while you're in the condition that you're in? And your condition is really a mind condition, especially if you LSC. If you LSC, nothing should be stopping you. You got nothing in your way if you LSC, especially after we're looking at 2nd Exodus 2 right now. You have no excuse not to be doing. Faith with works is dead. Faith without works is dead. You have no reason not to be executing something. None. At all. So we done introduced the brother Tone Spain, so we're going to get into the brother story. And before we do that, I think it would be fitting that we actually listen to one of his tracks. And this was the track that actually put me on to the brother. I listened to the track. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. That brother got a nice flow. He got that. He got that it, right? So I was like, okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off. We're going to listen to the track that goes along with today's show. And then after that, we're going to get into what I said we was going to get into, and that's pretty much going to be an interview. And as we're interviewing, we're going to be dropping jewels with precepts. Well, y'all gonna get the precepts. I'm not getting nothing. Today is my day off. Wednesday is my day off for bringing precepts. The precepts come from the fam and the brothers in the chat. So now what I got to do is I got to find the song. I had it in the doc because I have to do my as I'm going through doing my research. And so in doing that, Tone, the old head done lost. What a song is that? Tone, is that on the Loose Gems album, Dream Big, or no? That's what Infantry, right?
Yeah. It's on. It's not on the Loose Gems album. It's supposed to, but it's not on there. It's
okay.
But it's the video for it is on my YouTube channel.
Okay. We could. That's probably the path of least resistance. So I got the YouTube channel up right now. Here, I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. That's the path of least resistance, and then you could direct the old head where it's at, and then we just rock out that way. Either way, we gonna get to it. Either way. Okay, so I got my screen being shared. You tell me I need to go south, right? We just rock out that way. Either way, we gonna get to it. Either way. I see. Am I in the right vicinity?
Yeah, you got keep going down.
Either way, we gonna get to it. Either way.
Oh, there you go, right in the middle. Yeah, you got keep going down. It say dream big yellow.
Oh, there it is, right there. Okay. Hey. Do this right here. We're gonna do it the right way. Oh, there it is right there. Okay. 1 second, fine. Give the old head a second. You get it right. Do this right here. We're gonna do it the right way. Oh, there it is right there. Okay. 1 second, fine. Give the old head a second. You get it right.
Without social media, I do it for the vine. The Father made me a light. I don't do it for the shine. Took the blind, gave them sight, renewed them in the mind. So you know the word of God get included in the rhymes. Shooting in my spine, adrenaline rush. That's the mighty hand of God. He extended his touch. He gave his body for the body. Ain't no limit in us. If we gave him everything, we wouldn't give him enough. The blood.
Dream, you gotta dream big. If it's rooted in the Lord, you can achieve it. Dream, you gotta dream big. If it's rooted in the Lord, if it's rooted in Him, if it's rooted in Him, if it's rooted in Him, if it's rooted in Him.
Yeah, my mama told me to be great too. Yeah. Father showed me to be grateful. So whether they praise you or they hate you, remain true, not near, none of it make you. Way too long, we aim low and let them degrade views that ain't the aim glow. Where we headed, we making his name go. Even the descendant of saints on slave boats, I boast in the beauty of the feet of the blessed. Making disciples and seeing it be effective. You don't get it, you ain't peeping my perspective. I ain't talking fame, even Jesus got rejected. Or money either, you ain't seeing my successes. I ain't doing it to brag, I be reaping mine in heaven. Let's see his divine presence in everything that we say, everything that we do, every way that we move. Cause we winning, we winning, we winning, we winning. I told you who I do it for in the beginning. I don't do it for a name, I don't do it for a mention. I don't do it for the game, I don't do it for attention. Cause the moment that I do, I'm ineffective. Whether I talk bold or I water down the message. By the fruit we know if the Lord blessed it. Stay sober since this war hectic. By whom were you molded in fashion? Who gave you your soul and your passion? Who knows and exposes your heart? Who made you a light, made you glow in the dark? Part of moving forward is being content and praying and laboring in the region you win. Cause as they seeing you grow, they seeing you win. Continue to press forward, be dreaming for him. Dream.
Dream, you gotta dream big. If it's rooted in the Lord, you can achieve it. Dream, you gotta dream big. If it's rooted in the Lord, if it's rooted in Him, if it's rooted in Him, if it's rooted in Him, if it's rooted in Him.
I remember as a kid I had big dreams. Told my mother that she would see me on big screens. BET me spitting a 16. When she see me, she was seeing some big things. I believe and I was itching to get cream, but I was misled, so I would mislead. Made a couple of buckets before I switched teams. Now I'm anointed, beloved, I never switched teams. Since the Lord recruited, and the Lord I'm rooted. Now every dream seems big and the Lord will do it. But don't forget this, many believe they doing it for the Lord, but see their motives and intents. It's far from them, they all running the game. They all coming to shame, they fall under his name. But keep pushing, if y'all running the fame, then y'all run with the name and y'all be unashamed. I feel your tone, I heard you in the beginning. We don't do it for a name, we don't do it for the mention, we don't do it for the game, do it for attention. Cause we know what we know in our heart. Man, even Noah built a boat with no water to start. The Hebrew boys in furnace don't smoke or spark. See, all believers' main purpose is go in the dark. Dream, get up and get at it. Get suited for the war and get active. If it's rooted in the Lord, you can have it. Cause it's beauty in the Lord, He attractive. Get up and get at it. Get suited for the war and get active. If it's rooted in the Lord, you can have it. Cause it's beauty in the Lord, He attractive.
dream, you gotta dream big. If it's rooted in the Lord, you can achieve it. Dream, you gotta dream big. If it's rooted in the Lord, if it's rooted in Him, if it's rooted in Him, if it's rooted in Him, if it's rooted in Him.
That's what's happening. The reason why I say that is because that's fitting. It's definitely fitting for today. You know what I mean? The reason why I say it's fitting for today is because we have a lot of people that are under this impression that Israel is not going to be the next world power. So how you going to get there if you're not dreaming big, right? So I'm going to ask my brother, we're going to start a little bit of the interview process with the brother, Tone Spain. Fab, you can unmute your mic, Tone. We introduced you to the family already, but I want you to first talk about how you came into the knowledge of the truth, and we know what that means, right? I'm going to let you rock the mic by yourself.
Okay. Yeah, so I start when I was a youngin'. My mom used to always tell me about the Messiah, how he shed his blood, and how he died for our sin. But like as a kid, it ain't registered with me because we struggled so bad. And my pops wasn't around, and when he was around, he was abusive. So I'm just like, yeah, I don't know how Jesus is helping this situation. And when I got older, I just kind of kept it in the back of my mind, but never really acted upon it. Got into some trouble in North Philly and ended up in a prison cell where I was questioning the Most High. I didn't know who he was. You know, half my family is Islamic, and the other half is Christian. So I'm like, whichever one of them is the real God, I need you to tell me like what's my purpose, why am I here? And I ended up in a prison counselor's office. After talking to some Muslims, I ended up in a prison counselor's office, and she had a bunch of Bibles, and I was like, "Can I get one?" And I ended up taking it back to my cell and not leaving until I finished the New Testament. I read all the way to Revelation, stopped at Revelation. But by the time I got finished reading through the Gospels, um, I was in tears. Like I just had this faith in the Messiah out of nowhere. It just reading the Gospels really struck a chord with me, and um, I felt like I could identify with the Messiah for the first time, and I felt like he was for me and not against me for the first time. And it just was, I don't know, I can't even explain it. It was too real. And I end up thinking, all right, I need to learn more about this God and start going to Christian church with at my now wife, but at the time my girlfriend's mom's church. And it was just like an older black church. And I talked about it a little bit on my YouTube channel about it was real it was real religious. They wanted you to dress a certain way. And I'm coming straight off the block, like, tattoos and I was smoking every day, and I'm coming straight off the block to now they want me to wear suits and stuff like that. But like I don't have that. I don't have suits, and I don't know how to play like religion with them. And so they rejected me because of that. But one thing that was consistent with me through growing in my faith was that um, I was gonna keep studying them scriptures and trying to learn everything I could. And I ended up getting discipled by this guy named Joey, who I had did some labor with. I didn't know he was a pastor at the time, but he ended up teaching me how to do. He ended up teaching me how to do like contextual reading. He did expository teaching, so he would break down the text and give you the history behind it. Um, but obviously, a lot of that was Eurocentric, and when we started seeing black men and children and women getting gunned down by law enforcement, it started to make me dig into history and look at the people around me differently because the Christians didn't really seem to care about it. And I was upset about it because I'm like, man, like it's my people is getting routed right now. Like, what's going on? Like, I thought, I grew up thinking racism was gone, and that was how they taught us in school and all that. But long story short, I asked a lot of questions uh, and learned a lot about the history of not just this nation, but I started to see this nation and Christianity as synonymous. So when I started doing the research on Christianity, it took me back to early Rome, and I started reading some of them church fathers, what quote unquote church fathers, and that's when I knew that Christianity was the beast religion. Uh, and by the time I got to my album Loose Gems, you can hear me kind of coming out of Christianity and attacking it harder and harder until one day my brother Eshawn Burgundy, I don't know if y'all heard of him. My brother Eshawn Burgundy uh, came and told me and the team that we was part of that he was an Israelite and he believed that we all was Israelites. And I rejected it. You know what I'm saying? I heard Pastor Stephen Darby say it before back in 2015. But I was just like, yeah, I need some evidence. And Eshawn started sharing brothers like Teo. Eshawn started sharing Benayah Israel, Dante Fordson, and then the rest was history. I was locked in with Israel, and it became legitimate to me. Like, I didn't know it was this whole community. Christians had always told me like, hey, leave the Israelites alone. They be tripping. They all they care about is the Old Testament. Like, the same weak talking points. And what I come to learn is that just from my own studies, like when I'm reading the Apostle Paul, the Spirit showed me that the law was still relevant. This was before I even was understanding that I was an Israelite. So I'm having the conversations with Christians like, yo, y'all realize that like we making morality subjective when we saying that our what's right and wrong is not based on the Most High's law. And they like, nah, it's the law of Christ. And I'm like, yeah, but Christ followed the law. You know what I'm saying? Like, Christ followed the law that was given to him in the Tanakh. So my whole thing was, how are we abandoning this law? And then Paul spoke so favorably about the law, and it was prophesied that the law would be put in the hearts of the righteous and put on the minds of the righteous. So I'm just like, yeah, I don't look at the law the way Christians look at the law. And from the Christian perspective, that would be the trickle down effect where eventually I was claiming to be an Israelite, but anytime I presented any information to my friends or Christian homies, it was just rejected. They didn't even want to consider what I had to say, and that's when I realized, like, man, the movie The Matrix was a lot deeper than it was a lot realer than I thought it was. So yeah, so like even I wasn't woke when I made Loose Gems, but I believe that you can hear you can see the trail of breadcrumbs where I was starting to wake up, and my brother Eshawn played a large part of that. Teo Ministries, and I actually just found Salt of the Earth, just like it was in the suggestions, but a lot of people started telling me like, "Yo, Salt of the Earth is legit." So I have been listening to y'all for a few months, and I always would hear Brother E say, "Hey, if y'all got music, if y'all got," I'm like, man, I don't want to come across as an opportunist, so I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm gonna just wait and try to build with these brothers organically. But yeah, that's like a gist of my story. I didn't get into all the details, but everything came from the Spirit showing me things along the way, and me constantly studying the scriptures and scrutinizing what we was doing, practicing in the Christian churches, because I never would be seeing eye to eye with the pastors.
Okay, so let me ask you this question. And just from a music standpoint, I found the brother's website because of the Civil War, and I found his music. I hadn't known, and I'll go back and look. The brother has been listening to Salt of the Earth for a minute, but the brother got some nice music, and that's really what it's about. So I do want to ask you this question. Once you came into the knowledge of the truth that you were Israel, how did your family receive it? Like your moms, your brothers and sisters, and also your Muslim, your family that's Muslim.
So my family already kind of disjointed. Um, like I said, my pop, he was kind of in and out, and then my mom, she battles with narcotic addiction. I got a brother that also battles with narcotic addiction, and I got a brother who like recently got released from prison. So I was already not around them. But when I presented the information to them, the only one that really uh kind of like accepted and like would actually try to chop it up with me about it is my sister. um she Muslim, and she's like devout Muslim. She really dig into the Quran, so we can have intelligent conversations about the differences in the Quran and the Bible. And I usually hit her with some stumpers, so we'd be able to have some real dope conversations. um
You
and
sound like these brothers on Salt of the Earth, always trying to confound somebody. You got Hal undercover undercover confounder. He out there. He always trying to fight with somebody, and Yash always trying to confound somebody. And then Banya, that's all he good for. That's what you one of them Salt of the Earth dudes, huh?
well, I mean that's a compliment for sure. But I would say y'all brothers is way sharper with this text. Um, a lot of my perspective is still Christian, and I'm aware of that, and that's why I'm blessed to be able to hear these teachings from y'all platforms, because you know, until I like what I never heard Gentiles being, I never heard like a legitimate conversation of Gentiles being Northern Kingdom Israelites. And then when y'all start pulling out that text, I was like, man, that's irrefutable. That's undeniable. I was like, man, that's crazy right there. And I'm not the type dude to just like I believe as soon as I hear it. So I'm like, I'm trying to disprove y'all. Like I'm sitting here, I'm debating with Teo and them in my mind. Like I'm trying to disprove y'all. Like y'all gotta be wrong. But yeah, man, y'all sharp with that text.
Appreciate that, bro. So let me ask you. Let me ask you now. So you came into the knowledge of the truth. I want you to go back though, because what you shared with me, the dreams and the visions that you had. I don't what when was that? And then the vision, the dream that you had 7 times in a row. Can you get into the little bit? Because that's pretty
Yeah.
profound in my opinion.
So when I first became a believer, it was in prison. Nobody was trying to convert me or nothing like that. I had talked to the Muslims, and it just didn't sit right with me. I didn't everything that they was like teaching me. I'm like, yeah, this just don't feel right. I can't explain why, but it didn't feel right. And I took it as I was sincere in asking the Most High to speak to me, whoever he was. And at the time, it was like, oh, all right, he must not be cool with this. So when I got my hands on the scriptures, it became clear to me. But shortly after being released from prison, I had I had a dream for 7 days straight, the same exact dream. it always started out in like it was like a war, like a conflict where we were shooting it out. I was shooting it out with uh like Europeans, like they was like agents. Like I was shooting it out with them, trying to hold them off from, and my people was escaping or something. And then it would always segue to Central West Africa, and it would be like a wasteland full of bodies. It would be all these big ditches full of bodies of black men, and from the from the bodies and from the landfills full of bodies, it was a red carpet, and they would always take me to Jay-Z getting in a limo. So I took that as the rap game wasn't what I thought it was, and I had done a lot of research and started finding out that the rap game really wasn't what I thought it was. So that was the shallow interpretation of it, but I really don't have the full interpretation of that dream.
Yeah, so having said that, I hope the family will consider that, and even the brothers on the panel consider that, because that's a I gave you what I thought it was, but that's just me. I'm not a Joseph, nor do I have any understanding on how to interpret you. So whatever I said to you, bro, let that go in one ear and out the other, right? I'm being real. I'm being real. So, okay, so now let me ask you this question. Prior to coming into the knowledge of the truth, were you doing music before that?
Yeah, but I completely stopped. Once I started believing in the Messiah, I was like, yeah, I don't really see how he can use that. So I just put it down, and I stopped doing it for about a year.
Hmm. Okay, and you do recognize that's a gift from the Father, as far as praise and worship goes, because the whole thing behind truth music is an alternative, a not demonic alternative to common regular music. Although we still listen to what you call secular music, I'll use that phraseology. We still listen to secular music, but it's good to have our music, and what I mean by our music is Israelite music, so that you can actually work out, you can actually praise and worship and lift him up without the encumbrances of Christianity. But I still listen to the old Christian, the old spirituals. But you don't have to have that extra layer of Satanism, right? So, since we're talking about the music, and that's your focus, when you were studying, what did you study or learn about that brought you to the conclusion that, hey, you know what, the music industry is satanic or demonic, or whatever you arrived at?
Um, it's man. So over the years, I was running a lot of people that would be like, man, you got this like gift. I can, we can take that somewhere. We can take you to this record label. We go to Interscope. Let's go to Atlantic Records. Let's have these meetings with these people. Um, but they would always, it would always come with, compromising your standards, and compromising your integrity. And when I asked questions about, some of the satanic stuff, it was like, oh, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm not into that at all in any kind of way. So I never even took it past the conversations, to be honest, because I'm like, it's obvious to me the satanic element. And then also, you know, in my opinion, they don't even accept us if we not tearing down our own people. And I didn't want to be that guy.
Yeah, because of the influence of the Fuse running it and what they did with our people, destroying our people who wanted to do their own thing, and things of that nature. If you look at the cats that was coming up in the 40s and 50s that were creating music, they wanted to actually control their own destiny, control their own mechanicals, and their distribution, all those things. But the Fuse had them assassinated. Go back and look at Sam Cooke. That's a classic example, right?
Right.
And the family know. The family know what that is, and that's what you talk. That's what you call making merchandise out of somebody, where you steal all their ideas, their intellectual properties. On this channel, we call them IPs. So whatever the Father has given you, that He has blessed you with whatever those keys are, so that you can provide for yourself and for your family and ultimately for Israel, right? Those are your intellectual properties, and you should be the one benefiting from it. Now, when you do music, what do they give you? 15 cents on a buck, 10 cents on a buck, a nickel on a buck?
Yeah. And
They give
honestly,
you, they give you some. Go ahead, bro.
I was my fault for cutting you off. That was my biggest issue, is that this gift that I got, it really ain't, it ain't mine. It ain't mine. So if I'm gonna use it, I gotta use it for the Most High's glory, and not just sell it to you for pennies on the dollar. And that's essentially what a lot of these major labels want you to do. They want you to sell you the gift that the Most High gave to you, and shortchange you for a little bit of fame and a little bit of money. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm not. I don't feel like that's blessing the Most High at all.
I totally agree with that. And when you talk about short change, it's like, I'm gonna give you an example. Short change. Okay, so let's say that you're, instead of being Tone Spain, you're Michael Jordan, right? Okay, so instead of doing your own brand, you go out and you sign up with Nike, and Nike peel you off and they break you off. So instead of taking the whole Nike cake, you say, okay, I'm gonna settle for this little slice of the cake, right? It's a big slice, but it's not the whole cake. If you're Michael Jordan, you could say, to hell with you, that's my cake right there. I'm gonna maybe give you a slice.
Right.
But the other 90% of the cake, that's me. Right? And so the idea that about dreaming big and thinking big, what we need to, there's a few things that we got to do, and we're going to get into that. But what I'm going to do now is, I still got a bunch of questions. I want the fam on the panel, the brothers on the panel. Do you guys have anything that you guys want to ask the brother while you guys are on? And Brother Kadar, shalom, peace and blessings to you. Hope you're well, fam.
Shalom, shalom. Peace and blessings to you, Brother Cleo, and to the other brothers, Salt of the Earth, to the chat, to the great, the Father Yahweh Shai, to this brother that is speaking. And I told y'all, Brother Eric, that debate is changing Israelites' minds when they look at the scriptures with Teo ministry. Thank you, brother, for bringing that out. I was talking about that earlier. One of the greatest debate of all times, and Israel is waking up.
Yeah.
Hey, Tone, man, we could have been acquainted, bro, with the music. I didn't know you was listening in like that. You could have reached out.
Yeah, I apologize, brother. I apologize.
That's no thing. But your YouTube page is up, man, and that's good to know. So we definitely gonna be putting it out there.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
I just want to say one of the things that a while back now, but one of the things that actually brought me to Salt to the Earth and made me sort of cling to these brothers and this channel was actually what you mentioned, Tone Spain. It was that knowledge that they gave me about the Northern Kingdom. You know, in my past, I knew there was something up. I knew it. I knew there was something up with that. I just could not pinpoint it. I did not understand it. I couldn't understand Paul's writings. I was like, it seems like he's talking to someone else, but I just couldn't understand. It was confusing. I was like, oh man, you know, people who say that, Paul is a heretic, and I was starting to believe that in some ways. I was like, because his writings didn't make sense to me. And part of what Salt of the Earth was able to, help me out with and reveal to me through scripture was that, nah, he's talking to Israelites for the most part. For the most part, a huge percentage of it, he's talking to the Northern Kingdom. And he's the apostle that's bringing the Northern Kingdom and Southern Kingdom back together in a way by telling them what they need to do in Yahushua HaMashiach. So yeah, we pretty much had the same experience on that, bro. It was like a lightning bolt, mind-blowing lightning bolt that just hit me. I was like, oh,
Yeah. Praise y'all.
that's what it's about.
When y'all quoted a passage from 1 Corinthians, that blew my mind. I said, I've never seen that. I never noticed it. He said, our fathers passed under the cloud. I said, I never noticed that. Wow, that's crazy.
What's interesting is that, and this is the most profound thing even for me, when you go back and look at the scriptures now, they speak to you different. They hit different now that you're an Israelite. They don't read the same. And here's the coldest part though. Every time you read the same verse, you gonna see something. He gonna open up something even more to that verse. At least that's how it is for me. I'll read a verse and then I'll go back and read it. Go back and read it. Like for instance, what we brought out with the strangers. Everybody could quote Deuteronomy 28. We could quote it forward and back, right? But we wasn't being told that the stranger was a curse to Israel. The stranger was an actual curse. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna spin, and I know you want me to spin a specific record, but Bar Mitzvah is one of my tunes, man. I love that. So I'm gonna go ahead and spin that if you don't mind. All right, we'll go ahead and spin that one. Okay, fam. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna listen to Bar Mitzvah, and then we're gonna jump back. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen right quick. Yeah, Tom think he controlling the channel where he get to say what we play. No, I'm gonna play what I like, and y'all can play what y'all like when y'all get on the man's channel. But I'm gonna go ahead and play this. All right, let me see here. Bar Mitzvah. Okay, Tom, what am I doing wrong here, bro?
It should be on the Loose Gems album.
Okay, I had Loose Gems up, but it's on this one too. I saw it here. Hold on a second, cause see you on here with all these high-end bigwigs, Eshawn Burgundy and all of that.
Man,
Eshawn, you on here with all these bigwigs, huh?
Eshawn just blessed me to stand next to him for a little while.
Yeah, right. That's what you say. Anyway, let me stop sharing for a minute, and I'm gonna share again. Okay, here we go. I think I got it now. Share. Okay, so this is Bar Mitzvah, fam, from Tone Spain. Okay, here we go. I think I got it now. Share. Okay, so this is Bar Mitzvah, fam, from Tone Spain.
Shanaima, the Saints call them NFL reps, they got the call wrong. Why they talking like we lost with the cross gone? I'm bare knuckle with the bars on my broad jaw. My number got called, the opponent got balled on. Either they a ball, so they dripping with the sauce. My brothers dropped gems, they couldn't catch a Randy Moss arms. The beat slapping like open hands, all palms. Holy man, when we hold the pen, we brought songs. Anointed, so the flow is blessed. They hate it when you know the text, but Satan out here working on his traps like a shoulder press. Why they swear they winning when they losing? That's a Broner flex. I salute the infantry, me and all my soldiers next. Soldier boy console, you can never play us. The bar's finished with a high percentage, that's a layup. Submitting to his will to the depth, that's a Jada. Jesus rose like Jalen, highest praise to the maker. Every bar dedicated to the Father. If it ain't edifying people, why you bother? I'm grabbing 2019 by the collar. I'ma lift the name of Jesus, I'ma do it for the Potter. You know everything we do is on 100. Talking fuego, keep your pace, so we don't want it. Then we gon' confront it, in this race we gonna run it. Since it's in the name of Jesus, he gon' see that we abundant. The world a mission field, the mission still to drop numbers. And God gave me a vision stronger than Scott Summers. We had limited mind frames as block runners. Now the pitch different, they still getting the rock from us. The world's morals and dogmas for the dogs. We brawl, we counted what it cost us for the call. Christ Center. This Mark and Paul into Gasol's the reason I rebound if I fall or took a loss. It's fiery dark, Satan trying to body me with. Like a roaring lion looking for somebody to sift. But the head is Christ Jesus and the body is his. So the saints praying for Zion like a lottery pick. It gotta be this. I'm molded like the pottery is. Serving Jesus even if I see the salary dip. He got me the gift. The flow is like Motown Soul, but they don't want it in the country like Old Town Road. No. Every bar is dedicated to the Father. If it ain't edifying people, why you bother? I'm grabbing 2019 by the collar. I'ma lift the name of Jesus, I'ma do it for the potter. You know everything we do is on 100. Talking fuego, keep your pace so we don't want it. Then we gon' confront it, in this race we gonna run it. Since it's in the name of Jesus, he gon' see that we abundant.
Keep it abundant, nigga. See that we abundant, yeah. See abundant, yeah. You gon' see that we abundant, yeah. Yeah. Flow smooth like Motown Soul, but they don't want it in the country like Old Town Road. No. Yeah. Flow smooth like they don't want it in the country like Old Town Road.
All right, fam, that was Bar Mitzvah by your brother Tony Spain. And bro, I want to switch gears a little bit. I want to ask you about Infantry, because I saw that you were with Infantry, and I see you doing solo stuff. I see you rocking out with Eshawn Burgundy and some of all these other big heads. What's Infantry, bro? Can you explain to me what that is?
So, Christian hip hop, it's like I'm pretty sure some of y'all heard of it. It's like an entity of different Christian rappers, and Eshawn always been one of the top tier guys in what they call CHA, and he kind of went from being with a team to doing his own thing. So when he started his own thing, he started the Infantry, and it was basically like, symbolic for, soldiers, people on the front lines, people ready to go to war over the faith. And he found a bunch of like-minded dudes to team up. And, he brought me along later in what Infantry had going on. But we quickly became brothers and, argued like brothers and, and fellowship like brothers. And but when it came down to it, we ended up having a conversation with the whole team about Christmas and Christmas trees, and I'm like, yeah, I'm searching the scriptures and I cannot find how this honors the Most High. I cannot understand how this honors him in any kind of way. And Eshawn was me and Eshawn was like the only two dudes really with that perspective. And then like from there he started sharing, history and showing us our culture, as far as Eshawn started sharing information about how we was Israelites, and I was probably the only brother that really latched on to it and took it and ran with it.
Yeah, because I thought I thought. Sorry about that. Go ahead, bro.
Oh, I was gonna say the information about us being Israelites proved to be too much for the rest of the team, so we all just end up doing our own thing.
Wow, that's unfortunate, because does that include the cat who was doing the videos and the cuts with the camera and all that?
No, that's a brother. He is a Christian, but that's a guy from Philly that I was just cool with.
Dude is nice, man. Did he go to school for that?
Nah, he just just been working hard and learning through the years.
Israelite?
You can say that. So
go ahead.
The debate is, are Puerto Ricans Israelites? And I would say some of them are, some of them aren't.
Okay, and so just to be clear, from here is over here is transatlantics only, right?
Right.
So that just mean that your dad and your mama is transatlantics, right? They went through the killer fields of slavery, or they went through the killer fields somewhere, right?
Right.
And that's what we believe, and that's what we've always believed. We never moved on that. Even when we was on the streets, that's what we believe. We never rocked out with the 12 tribe chart, because we never believed that.
Well, yeah, I agree. Mm-hmm. So, Puerto Rico is part of the Caribbean, so we talking about Haiti, we talking about Dominican Republic, um, and obviously all those other Caribbean nations. Uh, for some reason, Puerto Rico gets separated from the Caribbean, and I think it's because it's seen as more fair skinned, but it's a lot of transatlantic. I'm talking about dark people there. You know what I mean, people that came straight off them boats. So
Yes.
I think that's where it kind of that's I mean, it is what it is. I never really had that conversation with anybody, but I never looked at like Puerto Ricans the way I look at like Mexicans or central and southern Americans, even though I know some of our people is out there too.
Yes, sir. Our people are definitely there, but typically it'll be the ones that's the downtrodden, the ones that's
Right,
getting kicked in the tail 24/7, spit on. Oh, you are this, that, you are mayate, or you whatever you is, right?
right,
Okay, so you just gave me the rundown on infantry. I appreciate that because as I was doing the research into your music, I saw you was connected, and I had no idea that you was connected with Eshan like that. Only thing that I knew was I heard that song Dream Big, and I was like, okay, that's near and dear to my heart because I'm always fussing at our people. And you correct, sis. I'm gonna put that up in the chat. Um, Reason why it's close to my heart is that I'm always pressing upon our people that the next world superpower is not going to be Russia, it's not going to be China, but it's going to be the Israelites, right? And
right.
that's according to Scripture. That's not according to your brother Cleo, right? This was written long before I got here. But now, because we're facing the second Exodus, another thing that I want our family to realize and get under their belt is that the Father has given you keys. Because he has given you keys, you need to be taking these keys and figuring out what it is that he wants you to do with them. And he's giving you all the information of what he wants you to do with them, and then go do it. There's more to life outside of YouTube. We have a nation that the dry bones has already stood up. Everybody in the chat and everybody on this panel is the dry bones. Point blank. The dry bones have stood up now. That's the awakening. So now what needs to happen is, and the muscles are starting to go on to the body, but what are we supposed to be doing while we're waiting for the second Exodus, while we're waiting for the go in the wilderness? Because that's really the next major thing on the horizon outside of everything that we're seeing come into play. And if you look at the 400-year series, we pretty much laid that out, or the Father laid that out and gave us the inspiration to put that out there. But now we're at a point where it's okay, should I be, and this segues into what the show is about, should I be thinking about developing goods and products and services to help build Israel, because that should always be the focus, or should I just do my 9 to 5 and let the Father do what he's going to do, and then I'll get to the wilderness? What say you?
Me?
Yes.
I feel like we should always do the most. I mean, like do as much as we can, possibly do. And like that's my goal. Some people say I do too much because like I'm always trying to start another business or trying to build and branch out. Yeah, I just want to keep working. I just want to keep building the Israel up.
And I appreciate that, because for me, and you see this, you see this quote right here from Smitty, right? Next week I'm gonna come at all of y'all, everybody in the chat and everybody on the panel. If you haven't been using what the Father has given you to develop your OIPs that he's given you, you need to start today, right? Because I'm approaching 60, and guess what I'm doing? I'm working on my IPs every single day. And put a one up if y'all been with us for a minute. Put a one up if you know what IP is. Put a one in the chat if you know what IP is. Listen, fam. Y'all heard the song that the brother made. Y'all been hearing the brother talk. He's not thinking about nothing small. I'm not thinking about nothing small. The Father didn't give you nothing small. So why are you thinking small? So what? World War 18 is coming up. Somebody go get the Bible verse where it say tarry until he get here. So what are you going to be doing while you're waiting? You could be developing yourself, developing your goods and products and services that the Father has given you for the nation Israel. Right? Does that make any sense? Put a one up if that makes sense. That's why you have to dream big. Listen, if you're talking about, okay, let me give you a hypothetical. This is a complete hypothetical. If you're saying that, and let's say that you have a shoe shop or that you design shoes, right? If you're telling me that, oh yeah, I want to design shoes and I just want to be in a store, I want to be in Macy's, I want to be in Gimbals, right? Okay, great. I don't want to hear that. Now, if you say something like, okay, you know what? I design shoes, but what I want to do is I want to knock. That's what here's the thing. The Father says, testing 1 2, testing 1 2, testing 1 2. It's a mic check 1 2. Okay, can you guys hear me okay? Put a one up if you can hear me. I see a yes and a better. Okay, thanks. Says we're having trouble. See, and you know what? What they doing is now they talk about they having trouble with Facebook. We know who this is. Y'all don't want the message to go out, but it's okay. We still gonna rock out anyway. We rocking out with the fam. Point blank. We gonna rock out with the fam, and the information gonna get out. We not worried about you, Facebook. We're not worried about none of y'all. So getting back to what I was saying. Thank you very much. Because you know I'm an old head, I get off track. hey, brother Eric Tinsley, peace and blessings to you, bro. Good to see you. Brother Rio, good to see you as well. So now listen, fam. So look, we're talking about IP. So the Father has given you everything to fully furnish yourself. And we need to be developing not for ourselves, but we need to be developing for Israel. Point blank, period. Now, if I got an IP, and the IP goes kaboom, you won't even know it's me. But the bottom line is we will be able to not only prosper Israel, but not only feed Israel, but be able to allow Israel to fish and feed themselves. It's one thing to give somebody something, but it's another thing to say, okay, we need to train you up so that you can go get busy for yourself. Even though World War III, World War X, World War XVIII is happening, the Father has given you tools and you need to be using. There's no reason why you shouldn't be dreaming big right now. Why? What's okay, I'm going to ask this question. Who is the person stopping you from dreaming big and for executing? Is it what's going on with the earth? Is that it? Russia, Ukrainians, the white supremacists in the United States, the white supremacists all over the earth. They stopping you? Who's stopping you? I'm going to tell you. There's only one person that can stop your brother C. One person. One. And guess who that is? I'm going to point the finger at myself. It's Brother C. I'm the only one that can stop me from executing the plans that the Father done given me. Now, the Father done given everybody in this chat and everybody on this panel things that he wants you to do. And it's not small, it's big. Point blank. So now the question is, do you believe him enough to go out and do it? Do you believe the Father to execute what he already said he was going to do and use you for? Are you man and woman enough to do it? That's the question. You procrastination spirit. So the procrastination spirit is going to win out over you? What about the lazy spirit? Somebody go get that precept about the sluggard. What you gonna be doing when you get to the wilderness? I ask y'all this all the time. What are you going to be doing when you get in the wilderness? You gonna be just sitting up there eating manna all day? You in the United States, the proving ground. You develop whatever you develop. You can take it. You can take it to Africa. You can take it to Asia. You can take it to Europe. You can even take it to Antarctica if they let you get up there. But they're not gonna let you get up there. But that's the whole nother conversation. Jason Philip McCauley said, Proverbs 6:6. Go to the ant, thou sluggard, consider her ways and be wise. So nobody can say that procrastination or being a sluggard, because I know y'all not lazy. I know you're not lazy. Y'all not like how that liar Heath, that one evangelical who say he's an Israelite, talk about y'all lazy, y'all this, that, and the third. It's not laziness that's your problem. It's procrastination, the spirit of procrastination. And then if you see a brother like Tone rising and he doing it righteously, because you can rise in this environment righteously, but the Father got to be with you. You can't do it without him. You can't do it if it's outside of his will. You guys go back and listen to that song. Go back and listen to that song, Dream Big. I'm gonna put it link it in there again. You go back and listen to that song. If it's in the Father's will and he didn't give you the keys, what are you waiting for? You waiting for Cesare Zigzag Man to say, oh yeah, I bless you. You could go ahead and do that. Or you waiting, no, maybe you waiting for Donald Trump to say, okay, it's okay for you good niggers to do things, but you niggers that's locked up in jail, keep your tail locked up in jail. Which he want to lock all of y'all up, but that's a whole different conversation. And y'all know I was going to come at y'all with this, because I haven't come at y'all with a long time. Look in the mirror and ask yourself, what am I going to be doing when I get to the wilderness? Look at this quote right here. First, we have to emasculate ourselves from mental slavery, Con. You talking somewhere in where say my favorite. I love the curses. I know a forward about it. Deuteronomy the curses. Deuteronomy 28:50 through 68. That's in there somewhere, right? You go get it. 15 through 68 is in there, right? So now, if we're out of if our captivity is over, what is y'all waiting for? What are you waiting for? What's stopping you? You at the starting line, and they had already said go, and everybody's standing around looking at each other like, oh, it's okay for us to go, boss? Well, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? And here's another kicker. You know that supposedly time is short. I don't know what they mean by time is short, because Mashiach gonna rule for 1,000 years. So time is not short. You got the misnomer. It's the end of this Western construct. Yeah. Mashiach get his turn to run, right? So if you procrastinating and you not dreaming big, and you procrastinating, then you need to get busy, especially during this time. Because guess who needs you? Brother C needs you. He does. Brother Tony Spain needs you. Hal, Yash, Ibri, Kadar, and everybody in the chat. We all need each other. And we all need to be real with ourselves. Look in the mirror and say, okay, the IPs that I know the Father gave me, and it's IPs outside of YouTube, I need to start execute. Right? What say you, Tone?
Yeah. Let's get active.
Go ahead, Hal. Brothers on the panel, what say you? Y'all don't break the door down at once. Brother Kadar, I know you got to exit stage left because it's late out there. What say you, bro?
Yeah, I'm ready to come into my own. I'm looking at actually doing something. I would say, if you look at the biblical statement, would be with the wine press. You know, I'm dealing with wine a lot. Of course, the scripture, that's one of my gifts, but also my gift is more as in the area of the wine, as we look at it's a physical area. So I'm looking to bring that in Zion, as in when we get in the wilderness, one of my things is to, if we look at the scriptures, one of our feasts we had wine. So I'm looking to do something with wine, that's in raising it, as in with the grapes and all of that, doing it the correct way. So that's something that I'm looking for, doing it while we're here, even in our captivity. But I pray and hope that we be leaving this captivity very soon.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And see, listen, the key and critical thing that you said and all of that was the idea that you'll be able to take these gifts that you've given to the family, to the wilderness, whatever the wilderness may be, right? Because I don't believe that the wilderness is going to be like anything that we could even imagine, even Wakanda. And that's just me. Let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at this precept, Daniel 11:32. Jason Philip McCauley, Daniel 11:32. This is a beautiful precept right here, and fitting. And such as do wickedly against the covenant shall he corrupt by flatteries. But the people that do know their Elohim shall be strong and do exploits. This is the time we living in, fam. This is the time that we living in right now, where we supposed to be doing exploits across the board. Now, I'm even talking about cheat codes. Y'all know what cheat codes is. Put a one up if you know what cheat codes is. Exploits mean doing everything. They look at what Brother Yash done did, and what Brother E and what Brother Howden did. They're like, man, how did these niggers accomplish this? And they confound it. They have no idea how brothers came up with what they came up with. None. Honestly, I've been using the time to cut out all distractions, personal ambitions, etc., and focus on strengthening my spiritual walk with Yah, to learn to truly hear His voice and be obedient. That's a great place to be, bro. That's an excellent place to be, because guess what? In that, He gonna reveal to you, He gonna give you some marching orders. That's a great place to be. Not your ambitions, but His ambitions. Not my will, Father, but your will. Y'all go get that precept. Go get it.
Hey, Brother Cleo.
Yes.
You got somebody in the chat, daily dedication. They want to know, what's a cheat code? I think you should.
A cheat code. Hey, you know who best explain cheat codes is Brother E. I like how he explained. Brother E, you want to take that on, bro?
A cheat code is doing the impossible. The ability to do the impossible. When you look at our forefathers, all the great patriarchs, the prophets, they all operate under what we call cheat codes. And all it is just the Most High operating in a divine manner on our behalf for our deliverance. Good example of a cheat code is when you look at the history of our patriarchs, Judah, for instance, it was said that he had an angel of might that followed him around. And if you read their history, they got into a lot of fights with a lot of the people surrounding tribes that was around them. But because of the cheat codes, they were able to cause all of the nations surrounding them to fear them and have much respect for them. And this is something that the powers that be is keeping us from, the understanding of that. The main access to our cheat codes is repentance and coming back to the covenant. That's the beginning of it. And once we do that, then the Most High grow us from that point. But that's cheat codes in the simplest form put.
And like I said, I couldn't have put it any better than that. The brother lay it out every time he lay it out. Every single time. Matter of fact, after listening to him, I want some of them cheat codes right now. I need them cheat codes. Real Morgan, Isaiah 49:22. Behold, I will lift up my hand to the Gentiles and set my standard to the people. And they shall bring thy sons in their arms, and thy daughters shall be carried upon their shoulders. All praise to the Father. Teach us y'all, supermen and women, superpowers. That's right, that's it. And you know what? You know where they get all these superheroes from? Marvel Comics, DC. They stole it from you. They stole that from Israelites. They look in the book and say, "Oh yeah, look at these Israelites. One man could kill 10,000 with a jawbone." Or they got Samson up in there doing acting like the hoe. Yeah, they stole that from the book. You can't tell me that they didn't steal nothing from the book. Everything that they do, they done stole from you. Everything. Jason Philip McCauley, Exodus 23:20. Behold, I send an angel before thee to keep thee in thy way. Father, please have them angels on the ready today because of what we face in here, and to bring thee into the place which I have prepared. The Father done prepared an awesome place for us in the wilderness, and we don't know what it's going to be like. But it's going to be tighter than Wakanda, I tell you that. And we're not going to be sleeping on no dirt mats. I guarantee you that.
That's the one that got me right there.
This one here?
Yeah.
I ain't put on the real though. They done got everything there. Brother Eric Sidley said, we be the original Dundada, the ninjas. 12 spot, no doubt. The sister recognized too. Check the sisters out. The sister always recognized though. The 300, the movie 300 came from y'all. They try to lie and say it was the Euros. The Euros ain't never had it like that. You can't never say that you never ever had it like that. Luke 22:42. Father, if you are willing, take this cup from me. Yet not my will, but your will be done. All praise to the Father. All praise to the Father. We know who that was speaking. He said that was Mashiach when he was hung on the tree talking to his Father, saying, "Hey, your will be done, Father." And that's what we ask in our life, Father, that your will be done. It's your will that we build. It's your will that we build together. It's your will that we not hide our gifts and talents that you've given us. It's our will that we connect with our brothers like Tone Spain and other brothers and other channels and other brothers outside of YouTube so that we could build something tangible. And not for here, for the kingdom of the Israelites. Have y'all ever said that out loud? Say that out loud to yourself. The kingdom of the Israelites. I don't know about y'all. That sounds dope to me. The kingdom of the Israelites. How that sound? And I know we're saying it in English. We ain't even saying it in our natural tongue. But you should get fired up off of that. You got the kingdom. You in the kingdom that's going to have next rule. You going to see it. Your children going to see it. And your grandchildren going to see it, and so on. That's you. I don't think y'all believe it, though. Yash, do they believe it? Brother Yash, if you there, respond. Brother Hal, do they believe?
Amen, brother. Amen.
What it boils down to is, do you believe what the book say? At Tim, work has been demanding. I feel you there. It has also made me less motivated to get ahead in Babylon and be so grateful for the simple things. I'm thankful of the Most High mercy carrying us through these days. I appreciate that too. And you're absolutely right, bro. You are absolutely correct. And trust and believe this. Anything that I'm doing or anything that the brothers are doing is not really for Babylon. Because we do know that this construct is going to get smashed. This construct is on its way to hell. And I'm glad that it's on its way to hell. I really am. Because I hate this construct. They always say, oh, this is what the heathen says. Oh, you hate the flag. Oh, you stand, you deal. Oh, you don't care about the national anthem. Oh, you don't care about the dollar, the slave owner trading cards. No, I don't care nothing about your construct.
Slave owner trading cards.
Slave owner, look at all your money got slave owners on it. It's slave owner trading cards. That's exactly what they is.
That's cool.
Check out this question. I want everybody on the start with tone. I want everybody to respond to this based on what you think. This is a great question, sis. Really appreciate it. Do you think Putin will play a part in us going home? And this is not a thus saith the Father. This is just what you think.
You said start with me.
Yeah, Tone, go ahead and rock out, bro.
I think he play a role because I think he is related to the people, to the pretenders. So I think that they making some moves for themselves, and I don't think it includes some of these Western nations. But that's just my opinion. I ain't speaking as if I'm a prophet or not.
Yeah, no. We just spitballing here, bro. I'm not no prophet. Matter of fact, y'all already know. I already want to be on YouTube talking, running my mouth. Brother Howard, what say you, brother?
I always feel like I keep going back and forth with Putin and Russia, right? I keep, 1 minute I'm thinking, oh man, this is it right here. And the next minute I'm like, nah, maybe not. So but based on some of the stuff that's happening, he seems to be consistently separating himself from Western powers, or what they call Western powers. So I'm back to thinking that maybe maybe he is gonna play that large role. Set up as one of the carpenters. I'm back to thinking that's a strong possibility.
Brother Yash, what say you, brother? Brother Yash is on a conference call. Brother E, what you say, bro?
I think he probably plays a part in the overall scheme of us getting home. I can't really say if he plays a direct part, but who knows? I do think he serves a vital part in what's happening in the overall scheme of us getting home, though.
I would have to agree with everything that everybody said, and reason being is because he's the head of a so-called nuclear power, right? And I have an issue with the whole, because those people are the same people, all of them. The Russians that's in Russia, and the fake Jews that's in Russia, and the Jews that's in the Ukraine, and the fake Ukrainians and all that, them all the same people. So my question would be, okay, this is part of it, but I have to also ask the question, which I'll ask later, but I'm gonna ask it right now. Because they got the whole world watching this Russia-Ukraine thing, what's really going on? What are they really doing? Right? I want you guys to think about that. I'm gonna go ahead and read. Oh, Brother Kadar, what say you about this question on the screen, bro? Do you think that Putin was playing a role in us going home?
Yes, I definitely do. According to Zechariah 1:20, yes, he played a big role. I think they are one of the four carpenters that come to fray, the Gentiles that scattered Judah. So yes, I do think he plays a part in that. And when you look at the four horsemen within Revelations, a lot of people, they get scared about that. But once you look at the four horsemen in Revelation, you go back and look at the four carpenters, it's almost like they go hand in hand. So yes, I do think that him, Russia and China plays a role, because they go back to Ezekiel chapter 37, 38, which is Gog and Magog. So they got to be around. So yes, I do play a part. I think they play a part, but at the end, they're gonna try to come up against us.
Yeah, because he's an Orthodox Christian, and so and we had I believe we had a show about this. Y'all could go back and look at the archives, but I know we had a show about this because we did it on KC. But here's the thing. He's an Orthodox Christian, so I'm not sure what their eschatology is, but he has to know who Gog or Magog is and what role his country plays in the destruction of the daughter of, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and read Isaiah 6 and 7 from Mr. Original School. And Mr. Original School, if you don't got the email, send us an email and we're going to get you what you asked for. Just want to be clear about that. Isaiah 6 and 7. And he laid it upon my mouth and said, Lo, this hath touched thy lips, and thy iniquity is taken away, and thy sin is purged. All praise to the Most High Yah. Thank you, Father. Thank you. Man, yeah, we should be excited that the book, and I always say he chose us. We should be praising that he chose us in this time. Now we not out of the woods yet, and we still in the land of our captivity, but we not necessarily in captivity. Does that make sense? If you let's see, how is you captive? Then we need to go by what Deuteronomy 30 say, and we need to call to mind and cry out to the Father. Right? Malek Immaculate. All them European nations will become united under Putin and Russia because of their descendants on oil and natural gas. All them Europeans and Asians will be battling each other and will rise out of the ashes. I agree with that. I'll read the rest of your question. Ashes of their destruction. I agree with that. And I always say that's two people that I don't care nothing about. Y'all fight. Y'all go ahead and fight. Have at it. Have fun doing it, and do a good job. Do a great job, because they recognize that they brothers. Listen, how you had this? You had this heathen who just slayed 10 of our people and injured one other, and then he shot 2 of his people. But this heathen had what is it, the black sun, the Azov regiment symbology. Azov regiment is the racist from Ukraine, and Biden is aligned with these folks. How does that happen? And then they bring 100,000 of them here. That's 100,000 more enemies we got to deal with. Ukrainian, I don't care if it's male, female, it could be they dogs. I don't care who it is. They puppies, your enemy. Point blank. I'm not pulling no punches tonight. Listen, they let the Ukrainians come in. Ukraine is what Putin's saying about them. And trust, y'all know I don't give a hot flip about Putin. But what he's been saying is true. Mariupol and that other place is nothing but Azov regiment and white supremacists that, bottom line, they hate Negroes. They hate the Israelites. Jacob's people, even Hitler knew who the people of the book were. Maybe Putin knows. Yes, he knows. Yes, he knows. Of course he knows. Because check this out, fam. Those higher ups get access to Vatican Rome. And I guarantee you, I'll put everything that I own and what I don't own on the fact that, you know what? Vatican Roma has 50 miles of vaults underneath the Vatican. 50 miles of information, artifacts, technology, all of that stuff under their wicked vault. You mean to tell me that they ain't got nothing to say? Oh yeah, those people that came over on slave ships, guess what? Not only is they the people of the book, how y'all been treating them, y'all know y'all been treating them foul. So what y'all gonna do? Just continue to treat them this way? What do you think this awakening has had on the earth? You waking up to the fact that you Israelite. And those of you who hate camps, I'm sorry, but camps is going to have more than they charge than anybody. I love my camp brothers. I love my brothers that's still in the church, that's still in Christianity, but you need to come out the broad gate. And I love all my Israelites, all of them. And I love the brothers that's putting in the work online and otherwise. But I'll say this, though. The brothers that's going to have the most charge to their record is the camps. Because the camps was the forerunners. So you can't hate on the camps. And here's another lie that's always been told. The camps don't come with the Spirit. That's a lie because the Father invoked them to get out there on the streets. You talk about they can't run in this. You running in, you not running in the Spirit. But then you telling people that you the people of the book. What are you saying? You need to stop. So let's go ahead and read this here. Putin generals told white people to pretend Ukraine is Africa or Middle East if they needed something to help them sleep it out. Oh, that's cold. Hey, sis, you know what you need to do? When you find that code, send it to me via email because that's logical to me. I'm sitting here wondering, hey, you know what? What are they doing because they've been pushing this war? What's really going on in Africa? Right? So what we're going to do is we're going to switch up for a minute. We're going to play another one of Tone's songs from the Loose Gym album. Hey, Tone, I found that album, bro. Sorry about that, man. I'm an old head and I need to get saved. So let me see. I like False Prophets. That's a hitter. Blood of the Prophets is a hitter too. Which one is your favorite? I'll spin your favorite. I know you ain't going to have no favorite, right?
I mean, yeah, I really do love Blood of the Prophet. That's
Blood of the Prophets?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the one we go spin it. We go spin it out. Hold on, let me share my screen right quick. See, I done found the album on y'all. See, y'all, Brother Cleo that came back, he done found the album on y'all. So let me go ahead and play this right quick on y'all. See, y'all, Brother Cleo that came back, he done found the album on y'all. So let me go ahead and play this right quick on y'all. See, y'all, Brother Cleo that came back, he done found the album on y'all.
Looking for agreement from my peers. I made this for the people who can see and who can hear. You got a trail of bad fruit, but people feeding you with cheers. If you walking in deceit, you ain't as free as you appear. Ain't hard to see, I see it clear. We justifying our wickedness. Pleasures over storing up treasures ain't for the witnesses. I cried to the Lord, the Spirit of God visited, revealed to me the hour and told me to walk in power. Babylon is conjured up, Nimrod awaiting his throne. I see an unprepared people of evil they've never known. They expect to feast with the priests and reap what they never sown. When they're never prepared, no matter the season, they never grown. The unrighteous see the righteous and don't like it. Convicted by their ways but decided to override. But it's still a remnant of saints exposing the Lord's likeness. The prophets warn the people, but in violence they defy it. It's murder in their hearts, hate in their eyes. Their ambition is different than their faith of disguise. They want the blood of the prophets. I can see they want the blood of the prophets. The blood of the prophets. It's murder in their hearts, hate in their eyes. Their ambition is different than their faith of disguise. They want the blood of the prophets. You can see they want the blood of the prophets. The blood of the prophets. You can see they want the blood of the prophets. The blood of the prophets. Before any title that they give me, I'm a servant of Christ. Yeah, that's priority. Tell it to the majority. I'm a black man, but my faith is more a minority. That's bigger than abortion, and mama could've aborted me. No matter what the issue, Yahweh the final authority. Before the fight begins, I cry to him and move accordingly. I serve a generation with minds warped so horribly. They hate the plain truth and they'll murder you for their sorcery. And I'm so over the base. Some misapplying the text, some barely know what it say. Why we ain't making disciples? This ain't the hope and the faith. Why do we indulge in celebrity and the culture today? Or some are selective and refuse to speak the truth when it's close to home. To quench the spirit, fear told them to leave that smoke alone. That's a ministry killer. I pray and hope it's known, cause God will raise prophets and them people end up throwing stones. It's murder in their hearts, hate in their eyes. Their ambition is different than their faith of disguise. They want the blood of the prophets. I can see they want the blood of the prophets. The blood of the prophets. It's murder in their hearts, hate in their eyes. Their ambition is different than their faith of disguise. They want the blood of the prophets. You can see they want the blood of the prophets. The blood of the prophets.
And that was Blood of the Prophets off his Loose Gems album. That's our brother Tone Spain right there, fam. And so what y'all need to do is, I'll drop the link into the album. I dropped the link in there, and y'all should go ahead and go spin it and listen to the music. Now, Tone, just to refresh my mind, you made these cuts, these hits, when you wasn't even under the whole Israelite paradigm, right?
Nah, yeah, because you still hear me saying like Lord and God. And so those is terms I don't even use no more.
Okay. Yeah, because and the reason why I say that, and you have mentioned it before, I'm an old head, so I need to get saved, first of all, because I'm not saved, right? But here's the thing, though. Reason why I asked that question is because I can hear, when I listen to what I'm listening to, irregardless of the L word and the G word, I hear somebody that's awoke to the knowledge of the truth. Do that make sense?
Yeah, nah, I mean, it was there. It's just the Most High been revealing it to me in layers. So like, I was one step closer to where I am now, and I obviously still growing and still learning.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Eric Tinsley, Brother E.T. Brother, it's good to see you as usual, brother. Isaiah 25:9. And this shall be said in that day, lo, this is our Elohim. We have waited for him. He will save us. That's right. It didn't say who we gonna say. Let's keep reading. This is the Father. We have waited for him. We will be glad and rejoice in his salvation. Fam, put a word up if he's talking to the kingdom of the Israelites. Who is he talking to? Who is he talking to? I don't see anywhere where he talking to the Presbyterians. This is a future prophecy in Isaiah. He's not talking to the Episcopalians. The Episcopalians wasn't even there. They can't say that they waited on him. And you got these false Christian churches trying to quote the Old Testament, the so-called Old Testament, when it don't even apply to them. This don't apply to no Christian church. I'm going to read it again. Isaiah 25:9. And it shall be said in that day, lo, this is our Elohim. We have waited for him. Somebody was waiting for him, and this ain't the Christians that's waiting for him. It's those people that he surnamed.
Yeah,
he will save us. Go ahead, bro. Rock out.
Well,
rock out.
One of the conversations I had with a brother, he actually stopped talking to me because of this. He said, I said, you know, for years I've been hearing from if my people who are called by my name, and they'll say, yeah, the Christians. I'm like, yeah, but Christ ain't a name. It's a title. So my man was like, so what you trying to say? Like the term Christ don't matter. And it went to a whole rabbit trail, but my brother disowned me over that conversation because I was telling him he wasn't talking about Christians. He was talking about Israel.
When did the Father surname the Christians? When did he do it? Somebody give me the precept. Hey, Tom, you still gotta find me the precept where it say in the book of Isaiah where it say game recognize game. Y'all find me that precept in the book where it say game recognize game. Huh? Who did he surname? That's who he was talking to. I'm not gonna keep arguing. And see, that's why I don't argue the book with nobody. I'm not arguing this book with nobody. You know why I'm not arguing this book? Because it says what it says. He came for a specific people, and he was always talking about a specific people. If you look at Mashiach, I say it all the time. Hal say it all the time. E say it all the time. Yash, Kadar, everybody say it all the time. When Mashiach was here, who and what was he quoting? He always pointed you back to LSC. When was he quoting Paul? Not that I'm a hater of Paul. I love Paul. Paul's my ancestors. When was he quoting Luke? Mashiach always pointed you back to the law, the Psalms, and the prophets. He wasn't pointing you to nothing else. It was all the Tanakh. Every time he quoted, look up every phrase, everything that Mashiach was quoting that they wrote down, and you can find that exact same verse verbatim. You can find it in the Old Testament, what you call the Old Testament. So stop playing.
Yeah, Isaiah 40 always threw me off because the Apostle Paul quoted it in Romans, and the part that he quoted was just short of letting the nations know that they are dropped in a bucket. And I'm just like, yo, why would he quote that? Why would he quote that to them? Wouldn't they see that as disrespect? Like,
exactly.
So I struggle with that.
Exactly. And so here's the thing. What we don't hear is we don't hate the other nations. We don't on record. But the Father chose who he chose. He surnamed them. But then he also sent his son for them same people. He sent first fruits. He sent first fruits, and then sent first fruits. First fruits sent with the ones that he was rocking out with. He said, y'all don't go over here. I want y'all to go over there. Y'all go give me that precept. Give me both of them. Give me the precept where Mashiach said, I quote this one all the time. He said, he not come but for who? You need to tell me. He said he came to the Christian. He came for the Christians. That's came out of Mashiach's mouth. You a liar. He said, I come not but the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And then who did he send who did he send his disciples to? He said, don't go over here, but go over there. Y'all get them precepts and drop them in. Jason Philip McCauley, Matthew 24:13. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. That's right. That's the book. When y'all told Mary to name him, he said he would save his people. He said he would save the Mormons or the Presbyterians or one of them other 45,000 different denominations that's part of the Broad Gate. That's who he was talking to. He was talking to Broad Gate. Y'all not saved. He was talking to the Christians. He told y'all last week, what did he say? Didn't I cast out devils in your name? Didn't I prophesy in that? And he told y'all, and these is the good ones. He said, depart from me, you worker of iniquity, I never knew you. Them the good ones. He ain't playing with me, and he not playing with them. He ain't playing with nobody. What he said is going to be. Somebody go get the precept where he say his word has never come back void, and his word will never hit the ground. I had somebody on one of our videos talk about words or something. No, words is real. Words is frequencies. When you speak something, it still resonates. You don't believe that the Father's word still resonating on the earth right now? When he spoke something, it's still not resonating? Better stop playing with me. Stop playing. Jason Philip McCauley, Matthew 10:5. These 12 Mashiach sent forth and commanded them, saying, go not into the way of the Gentiles, into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not. And what's the rest of that verse? What did he say? Who did he tell them to go to? He say, don't go to the Gentiles. So Mashiach telling you specifically, don't go to the Gentiles. Who is he telling you to go to? "91, pray for them. I pray not for the world." Who is this speaking? This ain't your brother Cleo. I pray not for them. Pray for them. I pray not for the world, but for them which thou hast given me, for they are thine. Verse 10, and all mine are thine, and thine are mine, and I am glorified in them. All praise to the Father. Isaiah 45:4, for Jacob my servant's sake. He didn't say for Jacob Christianity's sake. He didn't say for Jacob Europe's sake. He didn't say for Jacob America's sake. Isaiah 45:4, for Jacob my servant's sake, and Israel my elect. I have called thee by my name. I have surnamed thee, though thou hast not known me. Who is he talking to? He talking to everybody on this panel and everybody in the chat. That's who he talking to. Y'all better stop playing. The heathen better stop playing. The whole world better leave Israel alone. Leave Israel alone. Every time you book, somebody go get the precept. He that touch Israel touch the what? You think the Father not going to avenge what our 10 that got slain? You think the Father not going to avenge that? Huh? Put a one up if you know that the Father going to avenge the death of our family. We had 10 of our family members slain. Father don't see that? Somewhere in the book he keep his score. He's the greater. The Father is a great accountant. Because he said he got booked. That's just like accountant. Accountant said, open up the book. Let's see if you've been cheating. You've been stealing money. We'll run an audit. You've been stealing money. He got everything already documented. He got everything documented what I done did. And he for sure got what the heathen did. Think the Father not keeping a record and keep a score of what's going on in this wicked place? Everything that the heathen do now, he playing chess, and he going and he gonna quadruple what happened to him. For thus said the Elohim of hosts, and that's the Father of war right there. When you see hosts, that means that somebody's getting ready to get broke off. After the glory hath he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you. For he that toucheth you, touch of who? This wicked heathen, so-called 18-year-old devil, demon-filled entity, done slayed 10 of the apple of the Father's eye. You think the Father not keeping record of all of this that's happening on the earth? Of course he is. And he going to recompense. He said, somebody get the precept where he said he going to recompense upon your own head. They need to stop playing, stop fooling with Israel. And what they need to do is they need to figure out how to let us go up out of here. So we can go, so that we can be up out of here in peace. They need to leave us alone and just let us go. Just give us what you owe. Whether and I don't want mine in land in America. I want mine in some town. You give me silver and gold, I'm good. Because silver and gold gonna be money for whatever. You got crypto. Crypto is cool. I like crypto. But here's the thing with crypto though. If you got an EMP device, then your crypto is no more. Your wallet ain't gonna work. Your encryption keys ain't gonna work. Your Bitcoin wallet gonna be sawed in half. You ain't gonna, your wallet is gonna be null and void. Your Ether, your ETH wallet. Your ETH wallet, your Doge coins. Your Bitcoin gonna be fried at EMP. So fam, it's 2 hours. We 2 hours in, and y'all know I only rock off for 2 hours. So I'm gonna give Yash, E, and Hal the last words, and then we gonna close out with Brother Tone. Brother Yash, what say you, brother? Okay, Brother Yash must be still on the conference call. Brother Hal, what say you, bro?
Yeah, man. Yeah. Hey, Brother Tone, man. It's been a blessing to have you on. Your testimony is on point, bro. And your music is bomb. We thank y'all for the brotherhood, the fellowship, and the build. Without a doubt, come back, bro, and fellowship with us again, and bring your musical sword with you, bro.
Appreciate it.
All right. As always, great job, Brother C. Much love to you, bro. Brother Ibri, Brother Yash, Brother Qatar, Brother Banya, our brothers and the whole Salt of the Earth family. Shalom and blessings. Good night.
Brother E, go ahead. What you got to say first, brother?
Oh yeah, it's always a blessing to fellowship with the family. I just want to say shalom to everybody in the chat. Hope everybody is blessed. May the Most High be with you. Want to say shalom to the brother Tone Spain. Thank you for coming on, bro. It's been a blessing to fellowship with you. Look forward to fellowshipping in the future. And to Brother Cleo, want to thank you for having me on. As always, you know, it's always a blessing to rock out with you. All the brothers on the panel, and also family, go check out the website, trueebri.com. Shalom.
All right, brother Tone, you get the last words, bro. Go ahead and rock out.
Yeah, shalom and blessings to everybody. I appreciate y'all sharing your platform, having me on and showing love. And I definitely got to get y'all some new music because that's all 2019. So it feel old to me, even though y'all probably just now hearing it. But yeah, I look forward to building with y'all brothers, and it's an honor. Appreciate it. Shalom to everybody in the chat, and yeah, I definitely look forward to continuing to build with everybody.
Appreciate that, and appreciate all you brothers on the panel, my beloved brothers of Solid Air. Hey, Tone, don't be a stranger, bro. I see you in the chat all the time. Please don't be a stranger, and whenever you want to jump on, brother, when we drop the link in, you more than welcome, because guess what? This is your home, bro. You salt of the earth just like all Israelites are salt of the earth, and they don't even do it. The book say you are salt and light. So guess what, fam? Love you, fam. Everybody in the chat, to my brothers Hal, Banya, Yash, Ibri, Kadar, my brother Tone. This has been another Salt of the Earth production.
It's like